What's up, guys? And welcome back to the Blitz.
To the Blitz.
To the Blitz.
To the Blitz.
To the Blitz. You guys have already seen the title, so you know what we're talking about. But
we are not talking about that.
No, yes we are.
It was a lie.
Oh,
You didn't know what we were talking about, but
we even mentioned. Okay. There's something we do here. All right. I'm one of your hosts, Elijah Tijero. I'm here with my co-host,
Elijah.
And as you heard, we're not alone in the stew.
Yes.
We've got
the third.
You can
co-host.
just say your name, dog.
I'm Israel.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm the third co-host. They just don't want.
How are you a co-host?
They just don't appreciate me in the studio. What?
I've turned my backs. My backs? I only have one.
Interesting.
My single back, brother. Got two backs.
Multiple backs.
You better watch out
to them.
That means multiple people can have his
I
back.
don't want to speak to them.
We both got his back.
Yeah, we both got one of his backs.
Right
each.
before we started recording this episode, or not right before, but before we started, we checked out the comments from the last two episodes because we released 2 episodes in the same week last week, and yeah, great comments. You guys are doing amazing in there.
In my personal opinion, so I was suggesting to Isaiah before we started that we should have a number one commenter, and then I was like, it's not even going to be right to have that because it's always going to be the same person. Because in my personal opinion, I've actually reached out to you personally. Your comments are the best. Appreciate it though.
Banger comments.
Now, all of y'all's comments are appreciated. You might be able to contest this individual spot, but like,
Gotta try a little
you gotta
harder.
try. You gotta listen. You gotta learn. You gotta love. What are some more L words?
Live, laugh, love.
Yes.
I think that you guys are perfect just the way you are. If you want to comment, please do.
Yeah, listen to this guy.
That's an L take.
But
I'm just kidding.
But it's not a competition, ever.
You are
But it could
loved
be.
the way you are.
Do what you feel obligated to do, and we'll appreciate everything that you do.
That's true.
Because, of course, we do.
Everybody contributes in different ways, but give your ear and your heart as a listener to this podcast.
I know some
And
of y'all.
you are the best also.
I know some of y'all don't even be commenting, but y'all listening, still appreciated. Always.
Also, side note, sometimes we'll go back and reply to your comments really late. So I don't know if you guys get notifications for those, but if you know you've left a funny comment or something, go back and check. But yeah,
It might
welcome.
be a surprise.
This might end up being the most blitzy blitz we've ever recorded, other than the first one.
What in the world does that mean?
Short.
Oh,
Indeed.
I don't think so.
I'm going to make it that way. I'm trying to get out of here. If I'm honest. I know we usually don't say, but we'll say it for this one.
Nope. No, we will not. Nope.
We will.
We will say what?
Guys, it is actually so it's quite late, honestly. It's not that early. It's not super duper late. I mean, you don't know what I just said. So
Yeah.
the chocolates.
All right. That was a Shaquille O'Neal reference because
He did a Krispy Kreme promotion for a Halloween themed free donut deal that they were doing. I don't even know what year it was.
Smell my
Donuts.
Anyway, check that out if you haven't seen it. It surely is a
so
treat.
Funny. So funny. If I'm sure we've shown it to you if you know us in person. But if we haven't, we've done you a disservice.
For real. Shaquille O'Neal Donuts. Look it up on YouTube after you finish this video.
The chocolate ice.
The
jack-o'-lantern.
All right. Anyway, hello everybody. I hope you had a good laugh and you're not sitting there with a deadpan expression right now.
If you are, it's because you haven't seen the video. Go look at it. And then come back. Matter of fact.
Tell
So
me
then
you
can
didn't
be
laugh.
in the loop.
Speaking of in the loop,
Mm-hmm.
the podcast is taking over like an epidemic.
It's great. It's
It
the
is
best.
so ridiculous. Not all of y'all who listen go to the church, maybe, but we were up at Victory Chapel of Spring Lake why some mystery individual
Yes.
put Josh Danke, if you know, you know, on the prayer list that is read publicly, and it was mentioned on stage during service, and there was a short period where everybody's laughing. That was so
I
funny.
don't know about everybody. Some people didn't get it.
Well, yeah.
Only you
fake
guys.
In the
ones.
loop.
Fake
In the
ones.
loop.
You know?
Only
That
know
was
who
cool,
you-
though.
Who know.
I had a gentleman approach me with a secret word. I had somebody else tap me on the shoulder and give me the hallelujah and leave. It was just like, what's happening? This is great.
You know?
Quality.
All right.
Thank you, listeners.
You're awesome. We thank you for being here listening to the podcast. Make sure to leave not 1% less.
Anyway, so I know you guys are wondering, what is this Blitz about? What does this have to do
You've
with the
seen the
title?
title.
It was actually a joke. It's over. Goodbye. Yeah, so anyway, welcome to episode 25.
Whoever clicked off, you've been bamboozled. Welcome back.
Yeah, so anyway, the
We're
title.
talking- yes,
The
is
title.
about our education, which is a peculiar. Sorry, Elijah thinks the word peculiar is funny because it makes him think of something else. Anyway, it is an interesting education that we've had.
You can say peculiar. It's
Unique
fine.
from those who we might be in contact with. Unique from probably you listening.
Possibly.
100%. There's no way you've had the same schooling. There's no possible way.
Well, I mean, no two people have the same anything.
Not even similar.
Maybe.
Nah.
If it has been similar, comment.
Well, you know, maybe way later in the future when we have 3 million listeners, one of y'all maybe. But even then, probably not.
If we have 3 million listeners, I am signing off.
All right.
I'm going to jail.
Again?
Shout out episode 23.
Every episode you're going to
Every
jail. Why
episode,
is that?
Every single one.
So, the reason why we feel like our schooling is interesting and worth an episode, or at least a Blitz, is because
Oh,
we
the
have
wonderful
been
things he
to, in my mind, all the main kinds of schooling you can go to.
Yeah.
We've been to private school. We've been to Christian private school. We've been to public school. And we've been homeschooled. And we've also been to college. So,
And like magnet school. Very weird.
I don't know what that is.
It's like
Early college.
early college.
All right, they're probably tired of hearing me.
No, hit it again.
Spamming the
Thank you. So, yes, if you've had all of these experiences, wait, there's more. Private school in a different nation.
shout out to all my military kids.
A different nation that's not the one you were at.
To be fair, when we got told we were moving to this different nation, which we have talked about in other episodes, I didn't know what in the world that was. Most of the people we talked to thought we were going to Africa.
Yes.
I was like 6 or 7, so I was like, yeah, Africa, South America, Antarctica, all the different places.
All the different you know what I'm
All,
saying?
all the A continents.
Right.
You know, all of them.
They're just continental to me.
Have we been to every continent that starts with an A?
No.
No, we haven't been to Africa.
Or Australia.
Or Australia.
Australia's not a continent.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Did they like change it or something?
Man, anyway.
They changed
Asia.
it to Oceania or
I
something.
think Europe's the only one that doesn't start with an A or end with an A.
So
You're
since this episode's going to be
Have
short,
been to Asia and Africa. They went to South Africa.
India.
They went to India. They're gonna go to Bangladesh. We might go to Bangladesh, depending. I don't know.
If we don't get into this that gone subject,
All right. So
Did.
y'all ever be saying that gone?
No.
we didn't learn that in
Doggone or-
school, so it's irrelevant. Let me tell you what we did learn in school. Well, let me tell you the story of schooling. At least for me.
All right.
I was a young boy. What?
He was young once.
Impossible.
Silence your mouth. Silence your mouth. I was a young boy in public school. I think it was like kindergarten. I come home one day on the bus. I say to my father, "Hey, yo, what's up, Dad? What's going on?" They took me out of public school immediately.
That was my horror movie track. I hope it was. Yeah.
And what's funny is that I have vivid memories of leaving, and it's like now I know it wasn't my choice, but back then I thought it was all me because they had like a Halloween party, and I was like, "We're not supposed to celebrate Halloween," and my parents were like, "Dang, that makes you want to leave, doesn't it?"
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
I'm a genius.
and you know what?
And they're like,
In the
"All right."
rest of my term as president, I win.
So then they said, "All right, you out of there." So then I homeschooled for a while, started reading, learning mathematics,
Hallelujah.
learning times tables and whatnot. And apparently my reading level became so proficient. I know, crazy, because I don't read now. I can't read, actually. It's impossible.
We just got a Windows alert.
Because Elijah be pushing the wrong buttons. So
Get away from the keyboard.
I skipped first grade because of my reading level.
Hey.
I was in a Christian private school called Tidewater Classical Academy.
TCA.
Shout
in
out.
Virginia Beach,
Very
Virginia.
interesting school.
And yeah,
Bro.
I was in the second grade, and I couldn't tell time, couldn't read a clock, because apparently you learned that in first grade. So
Hey,
I was actually behind everybody.
respect to my boy on
That's
my
how it
analog clock
Now,
readers.
I know some of y'all down in the comments talking about y'all learn how to read clocks. I missed that.
I just checked my phone. I've been checking my phone since I was in the 4th grade. What are you talking about?
What's a clock?
Clock.
I always wonder what that little logo is that they show, on the app. I always
Oh,
wonder
is that one of those like emojis? Like, emoticons
Please.
on my iPhone 57?
It's rather interesting.
Over here talking about the.
That's pretty interesting. It's what it reminds me of when I look at it. It looks just like a sundial.
What?
Why would you know a
Well,
sundial?
Anyway, so the time
Just
thing.
like jump back
Here's ahead and behind.
The
at the
point is
same
that it's
time.
archaic. All right, moving on. And this school, this is basically where all of our stories start because they don't remember before TCA.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
They didn't go to school before TCA.
Little baby school.
Matter of fact, y'all didn't go to
Google
school
Gaga.
before TCA.
Yeah, because we didn't go to kindergarten.
So it
well,
starts-
Elijah did.
It starts
I did.
TCA.
I didn't go to kindergarten.
Well, it
though.
starts the library, but that don't count.
Yeah, library don't count.
It's not school.
That's not school.
Whatever.
TCA.
I learned so much from that Dora platformer. Bro, not
Back
reading
when
nothing.
they had
but-
the dang, some of y'all don't even know. Y'all
Bro,
didn't
them
spend your
rainbow
days in the library.
keyboards.
Yes, sir.
Bro,
Anyway,
if y'all ain't never been to the library, go to the library more. Read some books.
So,
Facts.
Tidewater Classical Academy. This school was a strange
Very-
school, if you were to
very
ask
strange.
me. Foreign language that we were learning was Latin.
hey.
yeah.
Not only so they taught the older grades Latin. I was in preschool there, and then I think the beginning of kindergarten before we went to another school. But I would hear the older classes; they would have to like chant and recite these Latin passages.
Yep.
So odd.
So
Very,
now
very
I know
weird.
Salwe, Wale, Amabote,
Get out my freaking way.
Amo Amasamant.
Bars. I'm spitting bars today.
Amasamant.
That's
know.
a Christian curse word. You can't be saying that on the podcast.
Y'all, can I say freaking?
No.
Dog, no.
My bad,
How
Joe.
dare you? Ban them. So anyway,
Next time I'll just be like,
Salwe means hello. Wale means goodbye. Amabote means thank you. Amo Amasamat, I love, you love, they love, whatever. Anyway, those things have stuck with me because they taught us Latin.
hey.
Something else that they taught us was Bible, like timeline.
yeah.
Super fun, dude.
Super, super fun. My favorite, actually. I remember everything from that class so much. I don't remember a thing. Let me tell you. I would have to name year periods and put them in line on a timeline and show my teachers that I knew every event that was happening between 25 AD and 646 BC or whatever. And they're like, yep, you know that. Great.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Very good, young one. You may proceed.
So
Yeah.
that school is interesting.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I think we should talk about this
Yeah,
school
that-
at a time.
Go ahead.
There's more to this school, and apparently this is like common amongst like classical academies if you like ever been to one, but like it's really like strict, I guess you could say, on the kids. There are like certain things that you like don't do in regular school that we did. Like when like class would start, it would be like all stand, and we'd like all stand up, and we would like do like we would like say a thing, like whatever.
Sing a hymn.
Yeah. We would all like stand up and sing a hymn. I don't even think we did the national anthem or anything. We just like did like weird Bible stuff, and then just like
You know that weird Bible stuff. Yuck.
No, it wasn't weird because it was Bible stuff. It was weird because it was weird, and
Yeah,
then it
no,
involved the Bible.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But yeah. So, but
That weird old Bible stuff.
Weird Bible nonsense. Anyway.
But yeah, we would like have. This is regular, but we had like memory verses and stuff that we did. But
Why? All right, but yeah.
I don't
memory
know.
verses.
When did we talk about it? We talked. Oh, this was off the podcast. We were talking about the song that we learned with all the books of the Bible.
Yes.
We learned that at TCA, or at least I did.
I don't even remember. It's just in my blood. I have no recollection of where I learned that at, so I can't
Really?
fact check that information. I just know the song.
I don't remember either.
I was in pre-K at this school. Let me tell y'all something funny. This school is kind of small, I guess. It's like it wasn't super small, but there weren't that many students because it's a private school, right? My class had 4 people in it.
Dang.
I was one of 4 students in my pre-K class, and I was thinking about it humorously while Israel was talking about the strict stuff, because I remember this dude named Liam. He had a bowl cut, and he was like doing flips off of this piece of furniture, and then the teacher came in, and he tried to do it again, and he looked at her in the middle of it and fell and got hurt, and he was crying, and then...
That's what he gets.
But we actually all got taught a lesson about how by not stopping him, we might as well have been doing it too, and so we all got in trouble. But anyway, also, I was the only non-white kid in my class, and I remember we had to like draw for different stuff, and sometimes we did self-portraits in pre-K, and I always used the peach-colored crayon. And my teacher would be like, "No, all right, interesting."
Interesting.
But it's because it was, oh, okay, so this is the color I used to color people. But yeah.
Or
Insane.
they didn't have a peach colored crayon, so you used to have to lightly color with orange.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Back in my day, you lightly color with orange to make what is called. Yeah. By the way, this is in Virginia Beach, I think.
I said that.
We did say
Okay,
that.
okay.
Anyway,
Yes. Peculiar school. Weird school. Good school, I guess. I think if you go on the website, I'm in the intro video. I'm pretty sure, but
Why
Maybe-
do you know this information?
maybe they've changed it since then. But I don't know. Last I checked, I was still there.
Don't
no
watch it.
way. There's no way you're still in it. It's been like
You don't know.
like 15 years.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Next.
What in the...
My fault. I'm typing, y'all. So now it's doing.
Next. Yeah, he's looking up the video right now. But while we go there, the next school for all of us was
Bethel Christian School.
yes, BCS.
Was
that
this-
was that spot
This was in Newport News?
somewhere around Newport News? It's kind of like a not great area. It was somewhere like among these different cities in
Among
Virginia.
Us.
Anyway,
Sorry.
but yeah, BCS I think was a bit more normal of a school.
Oh, wait, hold up. Back to TCA real quick. Just something I remembered. We had like uniforms.
Yes.
I remember the girls had like plaid skirts, and then the guys, I don't remember. We had like ties. We had to wear ties, and they had like a checkered pattern on, not like checkered like a chessboard, but like I don't know.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
At
it
all.
looked terrible, unbearable. But yeah, we had weird uniforms. But yeah.
Miss Ronald's the principal.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Things have changed.
Miss Applegate is still.
Miss
the assistant.
Applegate was the home girl. She was the one who taught my pre-K class. She caught Liam doing them dang backflips.
All right. Thank you, Elijah.
Of course.
Another interesting thing about TCA was that it's all very church oriented. So there was no homework on Wednesdays, and it was
Hey.
a half day every day.
Yeah. Oh, they had like Pizza Fridays. That was cool. Or was that the other one? Was that BCS?
Nah, I think it was
I think it was
TCA.
TCA.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we had Pizza Fridays. That was dope.
But we got to get through these schools.
But we gotta go next
Yes.
school.
BCS.
Had to do a jump back. All right, BCS, Bethel Christian School.
I guess we could keep the same order, Isaiah. Go ahead, talk
Go
about
ahead,
it.
yeah.
BCS was a school. I don't remember it as well, if I'm honest. I do remember that we were there a lot more time. So they had, essentially they called it daycare after school, which is basically just after school, wait for your parents because they're busy or whatever. So we would be staying after a lot, waiting for our mom to come get us.
Hey.
I don't think we had uniforms at BCS, but I might be mistaken.
No uniforms.
No, really?
Mm-mm.
I don't remember.
I remember there's a picture I have on my phone. I had like these regular clothes on. I was on the playground.
Word. Maybe you had playground clothes.
No, I had
No,
a
we
collared
definitely-
shirt on. Our parents had me in that drip. Yes, sir. Anyway,
Whoa, polo shirt? That was
nah,
that
it
your
was
drip?
a short sleeve, like a shirt. It wasn't no polo shirt, bro. It was a button down. It's burgundy colored. Anyway, I'm just playing up.
All right. So at this school, you could learn regular languages like
Spanish.
Spanish, French. I think I obviously I opted for Spanish. Why is that obvious? Because I'm Hispanic and I should know Spanish, but I don't. I guess we are all Hispanic, but we're talking about me right now.
Then they don't matter. It's all about.
It's about me right now.
We got to speed run this. We're at 22:55.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's get through it quickly then.
Okay.
This school was pretty fun. Had a lot of fun experiences. We did a lot of concerts, which was weird. A lot of, like events that we put on, plays and whatnot, musicals, hymns, songs, grandparent day where we made cookie houses,
Hey,
gingerbread houses,
Oh, yeah,
and things like that. I remember when we were practicing, I always thought this one girl next to me could not sing. I don't know why that just came to my
Dang.
mind, but it did.
Bro.
I remember a lot of my classmates' names from then. This would have been 6th grade, 5th and 6th grade. I was there. So yeah.
Unlike Isaiah, I remember like nobody's names from when I was at BCS. I do remember that. Oh, actually, I remember like maybe like 2 or 3. But I do remember that at BCS was the first time I was ever in like a choir class thing, or like music class or whatever.
yeah.
And if y'all know me in person, y'all know I be singing all the time, like all the time. But back then I didn't. But this was when I like discovered my passion. I was like, oh, I could do this forever. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, so we were in this choir class, and I remember specifically, we were rehearsing for this song because we were gonna have like an event where parents and stuff were gonna come and, I don't know, watch the kids sing songs. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, so we were all they had us like try out for the solo part, like. It's just like one person was gonna sing by themselves for just like a brief moment in the thing, and I was all excited, like, oh, I bet I could get the solo part. And I'd practice my heart out every time I went home. I was like,
Yes,
oh,
sir.
I'm gonna sing this song.
He was
And
at
I'm
home like, oh. Anyway,
right, singing this song, and then I get to
ABC.
school. I get to school on the day they're gonna decide who gets the part, and they gave it to the girl who sat next to me, and I felt disrespected. I was like, I can't believe it. They gave it to this girl. She can't even sing.
yeah.
Wow.
I remember. Oh, go ahead.
The reason why I remember that we learned the Books of the Bible song before we went to BCS was because I remember at BCS, they had this like thing in class where they got us all to like go up and recite the books of the Bible to the teacher to see like if we knew them, and I go up to do it. And like some kids went up before me and they all just like said the books of the Bible, and nobody got all through all 66 of them, right? And so I was like all excited because I'm like, oh, I know a song to do the thing. And so I go up to the teacher and I'm like, I can't really like say them. Can I like sing it in a song? And she's like, sure, or whatever. And so I start singing them, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, right? I'm zooming through the song too. I'm singing it like ridiculously fast for some reason. And then I finish singing the song, and I don't remember why, but this kid named Gavin in the class was just looking at me like I was like insane. He was, I don't know, like if I just like blew him away with just how expertly I finished the song, but this kid was just like gawking at me, just like, oh my gosh, I can't, what, how did he do it? I don't know. Anyway, just weird memories from at BCS.
That was Israel's first incredible feat of many. Yeah, I think I was in the first grade here, kindergarten and first grade, and a few short memorable experiences. One time we had this Christmas thing. I made a snowman, and my abuela still has it on her fridge to this day. Whenever we go to where she lives at. Yes, to this day.
Not like a real snowman.
Yeah, no, we made a little like. Yeah, we had to make a arts and crafts snowman, and whenever we go to visit her in Virginia, it is still there on the fridge, and I'm like, well, I remember putting the little googly eyes on this thing. I poured my soul into this. That's the last piece of art I ever successfully made. Anyway, this school was a lot more regular, I think. I think people would see more TCA or Tidewater Classical as more like, it's more exclusive, I think, and it's really weird. Just much less normal.
Very closed off.
Right, like TCA
itself.
is probably for the kids that will go there for their whole life and then come out and be like, go to Bible college. Whereas BCS
was the same way.
Sort of.
It started grade school, went up to high school, and then literally Bethel Christian School went right into Bethel College.
Oh, well,
You know?
Wow.
It was the same little track there.
yeah. But the student body was a lot more diverse. There are a lot of different kinds of kids. There's some kids who like curse and stuff. I remember that.
I remember that.
It's much different from TCA. And that's
Villainous kids.
my brothers got in trouble because in their youth they said one of the girls looked like a vampire. She was very pale.
Why would you bring
because
this?
I'm spitting that truth because they keep bringing up that mustache story, so I got to set the record straight.
Bro, I was in like the second grade or like the third grade, and we weren't allowed to say stupid. Like the word stupid was like, oh my gosh, he said stupid. And there was this one kid, I think it was the same kid, I think it was Gavin again. This kid always said it, and then he would be like, nuh-uh, I didn't say that.
I remember, yeah. I said, oh, boom, kid. That's what I said. But yeah, I also remember during Christmas time, I got in trouble and had to sit out of watching, and this is why to this day I don't know the plot of, what's the movie with the train? The Express.
Polar Express.
Polar Express. I got kicked out of watching that because I was arguing with this girl about why Santa isn't real.
Dang.
In a Christian school.
Yeah.
I think most Christians
That's
are told
crazy.
about Santa still. I think it's kind of like a just us thing. From my experience telling other people, that's like not super
I just feel
normal.
like having two stories don't make no sense.
How do you mean?
The reason we celebrate Christmas
Oh,
is because
yeah.
of this. Also Santa.
Yeah. I
Also
feel you.
Santa.
All right.
Yeah.
Next school?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, yeah. So
I do have one last story of BCS. BCS was where I had to go to the principal's office a couple times because I used to fight with this one kid because I think he bullied Israel or something.
something like that.
I didn't want to
don't
say
even
his
really
name.
remember.
I remember his name.
Yeah.
but
I mean,
he said
Brain.
it's too late. Brian Flowers.
Oh, you didn't have to go
You didn't have to go first and last, bro.
Oh my god.
He's gonna find this episode and be like,
Y'all do not look.
I remember that because we
Yeah.
were friends after. Anyway, we fought. We would brawl, whatever. Had to go to the principal's office. We did that a few times until one day we were like, all right, let's be friends. So we were. And we played PlayStation together all the time. I remember
Nice.
that. Next
next school.
was homeschool. We had traveled to another country,
Hallelujah.
Guyana, South America.
Indeed.
Georgetown was the city.
Georgetown.
The capital.
The capital.
Capital.
Anyway, and so then we were there. And it was pretty I don't know. Homeschool. I'm of two minds about homeschool. I feel as though homeschool is really, really good and effective in the young ages of a child. You know?
Let's talk about that.
And then the older and older you get, the less effective I think it is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff that you learn is, you're not really learning at an accelerated rate because you're at home. Whereas when you're younger, you probably are. Because, when you're younger, you have to be, at the same pace as everyone else. Whereas when you're in middle school, high school, they literally have advanced classes, AP courses, whatever, if you're that far ahead,
Yeah.
So the benefits start to drop off, and then I feel as though the cons
Start to
increase. Where, like we said in episode 23, which is the last episode, a lot of what a youth needs to do in order to become who they're going to be is socialization. And a lot of times you can't do a whole lot of that when you're at home by yourself or at home with your siblings, and that's it. I understand, being in a church environment and stuff, but then that kind of shelters you from what real life is like. And I've heard the statement that that's kind of the point. Wanting to limit and mitigate any kinds of outside nonsense or whatever.
Garbage in there.
Garbage entering the minds of people's children.
Nation.
I feel as though when they grow older and they move out eventually, they're going to face these things. So I think it would be better that you were able to be there while they're facing these things and talk to them about it. And in that way, really shape and mold them, I guess, because if they don't know anything at all because they're being sheltered until they grow out of being dependent, then it's like I feel like you've done them a disservice. But that's just me. And that's just an opinion. And obviously it's not
I feel you there.
how it works out for everybody, but more often than not, I've had people in college where I'm meeting them and I'm trying to talk to them, and they are just, this is my favorite word today, peculiar, bro. And I'm like, what is going on? Why are you so strange? This one girl, bro, I don't know if I've told this story before, but anyway, we were having this whole discussion. She's having an argument with this other person in our English class talking about, yeah, your dog, no soul. No,
Your dog's not going to
your dog
heaven.
it's not going to heaven. That's a fact. That's a fact. However, the tact, the social skills were not there. And so I'm talking to this girl. I'm like, bro, why would you say such a thing? And she's like, well, what is true? Dogs don't have souls. Come to find out, she's been homeschooled her entire life.
What a surprise.
To add on top of that, she has a twin sister, and that's it. So then it's like, you're really like tight with your one sibling, and that's it. So then your communicative skills are lacking. That's not
Right.
because of homeschool,
It's
but
not.
I'm sure it played a role.
Yeah. I see that. If you are trying to like, because I understand there's certain things you want to keep your kids from. If you're trying to keep your kids from things and you want to like, I want to homeschool them so that they're not exposed to all this nonsense.
No, whatever.
Garbage.
But if you are gonna do
Ridiculousness.
that, socialization is very important. Put your kid in a soccer league.
Yeah.
Have them. I don't know. Do
No. Because the girl I was talking about, she was in a homeschool soccer league.
Yeah.
I mean, so were we.
Yeah, but like.
But it's just
Also-
different, man.
You gotta meet people, and you gotta meet people who aren't like the same type of people as you.
Yes.
Listen,
while
man.
you're young.
Fact.
I just need to address this. I've had experiences with some friends who, like, they were homeschooled growing up, but the people who homeschooled them weren't really into the whole quality control of it. And so these kids who are just as smart as anyone else end up and at a disservice because, I mean, what? At a
Disadvantage?
disadvantage, yeah. What am I? I said disadvantage.
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 Disadventure.
No, they're at a disadvantage, and it's a detriment to them that they were homeschooled because in a school they would have been like, oh, you don't know this? Well, you haven't passed. Oh, you skipped this many days of school? Well, you're doing this grade again. But some people, like, if you are determined to homeschool your kid for all these different reasons, that's understandable. I think homeschool can be good, but
Homeschool is good.
Homeschool
I would
is
say
great.
that.
I will
Homeschool
say.
is great because
Homeschool is dope.
I mean, I did it. We all did it. We all
Yeah.
were homeschooled at a point. So any points that we're making aren't coming from an outside perspective because
Right.
we did it. You feel me?
but
You feel me?
if you're like, okay, I'm going to be the homeschool parent, you better think and be like, okay, I am going to be as good as all them other teachers he would have had if he went to this such and such a school that the other kids go to.
Right.
Do not say you're going to homeschool your kid and then just keep them at home so that they don't talk to others that may influence them badly, but then you don't influence them well because they're just, I don't know, playing Subway Surfers.
Yeah,
Or
that was.
indoctrinating themselves on Twitter,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
On
reading
TikTok.
reading Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro, or I tried to think of some liberals. I can't. They're not famous enough.
Dang.
Get your bands up,
Get
liberals.
your game up. No, but yeah.
But
Joe Biden.
yeah, there are some huge benefits though
Does
to
he have a Twitter?
homeschooling.
Anyway,
Let's talk about it.
Yes,
so,
Joe Biden does.
first
have
of all,
have a Twitter.
our
All right.
homeschool teacher
no politics.
is the GOAT of homeschool teaching. I'll say that
Indeed.
now.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, okay.
Best
so
cook and best homeschool teacher.
best
Say that
teacher,
now.
period. Because she did it for a career. And let me tell you something. Not only did she do it for a career, she was the best at it. People were having issues. My mom. Oh, we're talking about our mom, by the way. Mom was like, guess what?
I don't have a soundboard. Gotta make the sounds myself.
Boom, 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 boom. I got that. Let me take over. Oh, you don't know what you're doing? Of course you don't. You're not me. Let me tell you.
Listen,
But yeah.
the degree, the experience, the love. She has it all.
The care and the knowledge to realize that there came a point where she was unable to teach us anymore. So what
Let's
did she
talk
do?
about that.
Wait.
Sent us to school.
Yeah.
Wait, there's something I wanted to say about homeschool though. There are some like good benefits to homeschool, especially for like younger kids. If you know that your kid is like capable of handling more stuff, like Isaiah was doing advanced reading and whatever because he was, kind of being led to read by mom.
Yeah.
Same thing when I was in 4th grade and like half of 5th grade, like the end of 3rd grade and then 4th grade, I think it was. This is when I was homeschooled, and I was doing like a grade ahead in math, or like a grade and a half ahead for some reason, and that's something that's a little more difficult to do when you're in in public school, I guess, especially when you're younger, because they're trying to like keep all these kids in like kind of the same area, because it's like half daycare, half education. So like part of it's just making sure they can like control all the kids.
That and like you were saying about acknowledging when somebody can go higher. Each of the students, because they're just the kids in the home, get to receive the attention that they need. Like, for example, one student who may have found his entire identity in his friends at school, because that's where he spends most of his time, gets to have more of a personalized identity because of the things that they experience in homeschool. And their personal strengths and weaknesses are defined early on and can be addressed early on. And so, I think somebody who is homeschooled by a good homeschool parent in the early ages will go into other schools and other things as a smart kid.
Indeed.
Not because they're biologically smarter, but because of the focus that they've had.
Yeah, there also is just the flexibility. Just like, there's conference. For y'all who don't know, we have like a Bible thing that we go to in the summers where it's just a bunch of churches get together.
In the fall.
Well,
Christian Con.
It's in the fall now, but when I was a kid, it was in the summer. But yeah, you'd be like, we have conference, school postponing, we're doing something else.
I'm just saying that when it was in the summer, it wouldn't have mattered.
Well, yeah, but
This
when
is
it's
true.
in other times
Right,
or other
so fall.
events that are going on.
All right, next school.
Next school.
We actually got a speed run.
How far are we?
All right,
into
speed
this?
run now.
41 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We went to Georgetown International Academy. It used to be called Georgetown American School, so the initials were GAS, which is funny.
But now it's GIA.
Yes,
Hallelujah.
sir. GIA was pretty cool. We learned a lot.
Dope.
It was in Guyana, so
It's an international academy, all types of different students from different places
and
around
they
the
were
planet.
all balling.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
telling
We were the
these
only
people
ones that
were
weren't super
rich out of
dummy
their
rich.
mind. I'm like, golly, you guys are wealthy.
Yeah. The only way we were able to go to the school is because mom was like teaching there, and
They get one
you got
free
like a
kid.
discount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, otherwise, them kids were.
We wouldn't have been able to. Yeah, they were balling for real. For me, this was a school where I was having a lot more interaction with others. Well, no, I had a lot of interaction in BCS with. I'm not gonna say her name anyway, but then y'all stop being weird. You guys are peculiar, strange individuals. No. So anyway,
What?
A lot of good interactions here at GIA. That's where I met Nisha.
Hey, for those of
Call
you who
back
don't know.
to Nisha, episode 3. Yes, sir.
Bro, that is way back.
I know. It's also where I kind of, to me, for the first time, experienced my first taste of racism. Just pretty interesting, pretty fun. Love
Pretty
that.
fun.
Pretty fun.
You know,
I love it.
just my favorite.
Just every once in a while you need it.
You need a little bit of racism to spice up life. Otherwise, your life is boring. No, anyway. But yeah, first experience of those kinds of things. The outside world. People don't like how I look. It's whatever. A lot of good teachers that I had, people that I'm still in contact with, a lot of different religions that we were exposed to, which, provides us a good baseline for being not, I don't know, stupid. You know what I mean? Having an understanding.
Just not being ignorant.
Right. Yes.
Not being incompatible.
Precisely.
Wait,
so
what?
so when people
I need you to explain that one.
so people wanted to do Pagua, we're not gonna be like,
Yeah.
yuck,
So
never.
there are a lot of cultural, religious holidays that were celebrated. I mean, big celebrations in Guyana. It's like,
gigantic.
yeah, and it's what people are doing all around you. They had events at the school, and they had like depictions of Hindu gods. I'm not gonna lie, there are a few of them in our youth that we made fun of, but we weren't
because
going.
they be silly looking sometimes.
Hey, look, no
Yes.
disrespect to y'all, but come on now.
But we learned at this
They got
point in
elephant
time,
trunks, 6 arms,
shooting money out their hands.
shooting money like Iron Man out their hands.
Yes, we were comparing it to Iron Man back in that day. But anyway,
Them days.
we learned at this point not to go up to somebody who believes in it and be like, "Oh, it looks like Iron Man," because I'm sorry for your ears.
Stupid.
But even though it is
Ignorant, I guess is the word we're going with.
yes, and another example of this, I got in another argument about Santa Claus not being real because I'm like, bro, we're in the 3rd grade, you should know. And this kid was like, my mom wouldn't lie to me. And I was like, actually, well, and then my mom stopped me because she was teaching that class at the school. So she saved me. But I learned then, even if it's technically correct, there's something called tact. And you don't need you don't need to. Did it sound like that when I said it just now?
I don't know. I just said it the way Isaiah said it.
No, but you don't need to clobber somebody over the head with the fact that you're right,
clobbering
because then it's just they think they're right and you think you're right and you fight about it. That doesn't help you learn anything. That's just a pride thing.
Yeah, no.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
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 But there were some like this kid I was
My good
arguing
sir.
with Santa about, very, very different from me. I learned to become friends with him because I think you should be able to do that.
With
Yeah.
anybody. All the peoples.
You know. We got anything, Israel? Anything you want to say before we go to the next school?
I don't know. Nothing for me really happened. I will say I didn't actually have any experiences with racism,
Word.
I guess.
I don't think
'Cause-
you ever have.
So when I was in like 5th grade and 6th grade was when I was in BCS. Not BCS, GIA. And the school was really small, so the entire middle school, like, you could fit us all in like one room. But yeah, so when we met up, I'd kind of noticed at some point that there was legit only one white kid in the whole middle school. Or no, not white kid, but only one white boy in the whole middle school. And none of us even really noticed it. Like we're all like people from different places, different races, different faces, you know what I'm saying?
Places and faces and races and nations and
But yeah. So we're all from around the place, and so we didn't really see each other that way. If we did like talk about each other, we were talking about where people were from. Like I had a friend from Brazil, had a friend
Arturo.
from India,
and a kid.
friend from China.
Baoshan.
But yeah. So
I remember each of their names because I'm like that.
Yeah, I remember all their names too. But,
Well, they were your friends. I hope you know. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
But yeah, so I think I kind of got to get that far in life, fortunately, without dealing with like heavy racism.
Yeah.
Which I will say is not the case.
For the next
Moving
school.
on to the next school.
But yes, for all of you who maybe, because I know it kind of sounded really exclusive when we got on this episode. And we're like, yeah, well, you know, our school experience is like this, and you guys just don't know. But whatchamacallit, if you haven't experienced other things like this, just take it from us. Like, for example, I think we talked about this in another episode, the other one that Israel was on. People around the world are people like you, man. They speak different languages. They look different. They're really the same. Put them all in an international school. Everybody's getting along. So yeah, don't ostracize people that you don't understand before you take the time to understand them.
Actual factuals.
Okay.
Oh, that's the first time I said that on the pod.
I doubt it.
Probably is. I think it is.
Next school,
Next school.
back in the United States.
We moved back to the U.S.
And we went
Public
to
school for the first time.
Well, for you guys, first time.
Well, yeah, for me and
yeah.
Elijah, first time.
Isaiah was a veteran from season 1 of Isaiah Hood.
Yes, sir. Back when
Public
I was going
school.
to be a gangster.
Public school is wild.
It didn't happen. Darn it.
Darn it.
Darn.
My voice cracked you.
Isaiah, you're going to
Pray
talk
for me.
first?
Bro, these parts were not interesting. Grafton,
All right.
high school or middle school. I played football and ate lunch alone in the library.
Dang.
How do you do
Actually,
both?
no.
Fly.
Y'all get you a man that can do both.
The other order. I mean, I still ate lunch in the library.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a lonely thing. It was just, I like to hang out in the library. I was chilling there.
Yeah.
But then, I was also on the football team. It was, a little juxtaposition.
Bro. Oh, man. Middle school is wild when I was in middle school. This is Grafton. It's the first time I was interacting with people who weren't who were older and plus not Christian, I guess.
Yeah.
So the floodgates of things that you're exposed to just like fully opens up. And I still had a little bit of like homeschool syndrome, I guess. So people would talk about things that was kind of vulgar, and legit I just didn't get it like at all. I didn't know what people were talking about some of the time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was one of those experiences where, and I felt like, I think my brothers adapted a little faster than I did to the culture. So when I got back, I'm just like, these people are strange. I don't know.
I mean, no, they were strange.
I'm like half Guyanese at this point. I don't know what these people are talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very weird sort of experience. Plus, it was like a 97% white school. There was like one other black guy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong
No
with that.
hate.
There's one other black guy. In like
You made it sus by saying that.
in like in the whole
Plankton left. Oh, we were not allowed to watch SpongeBob for most of our lives, by the
We
way.
still
yeah.
never. We aren't.
I still don't really.
We're
watch
not
it.
encouraged to.
But no, I was just saying because, you know.
But yeah, like 300, 400 students in just in the 6th, 7th grade, which I was in at the time, and like maybe 2 other black kids.
No.
Nah, there were. I'm talking about just the guys right now.
No.
There were some other black girls probably, but I don't remember them. But I didn't talk to them because rough times in middle school.
I don't know what that means.
No, I'm joking. But yeah. But my first experiences was like real racism. People were ridiculous. Some people,
The best.
and like you could tell they were
Personally,
just.
I love racism.
Sometimes you could tell that they were
Delete
just
him.
trying to
I'm
be
joking.
like edgy
Yeah.
because you know they're middle schoolers. But like at a point, it's just not. It's not funny.
I don't think it's ever funny.
And then it wasn't completely one-sided. So in my example, I was in the 6th grade at Grafton Middle School, and legitimately, boys and girls included, there were 3 or 4 of us of black students there, and one of them was like from France or something. His name was John Mark. But anyway, so John Mark,
Shout out John Mark.
me and him are talking. We're in the hallway, and we're about to leave, and then this dude named Harrison, I really did not like that guy.
We're just names. Names out.
I didn't drop his last name though.
Oh, John Mark is one. His
Yeah,
first
yeah,
name?
yeah. John Mark.
is one name.
Jean Marc.
Yeah. But this dude named Harrison, he makes a joke to Jean Marc that is a racist play on the name of a popular cartoon franchise, not Cartoon Network, but the other one. He's like, "Hey, do you watch Blanca-Lodian?" And yeah.
You can't say that on the pod.
No.
You can't hit him with that. Hey, do you watch Elodian?
Oh my gosh. So anyways, Jean Marc, he like gets quiet and just stops walking, and Harrison starts laughing and walks past him on the stairs. Jean Marc was not playing. He was not a big dude, bro. Harrison would have won this fight if it was a fight. But Jean Marc just kicked him in the back on the stairs. Harrison tumbled. Now, I had a teacher named Miss Emily Spady. I'm dropping her full name because she's a real one. Remember?
No.
I mean,
Now she's a felon.
no.
Go ahead, finish the story.
So remember the whole point of me telling this story is that it was not one-sided. So this kid Harrison gets a bloody nose, and the closest teacher is Miss Spady, and she teaches him. So he's like, "Oh, I know her," and he looks up at her like, "Dude, are you serious? You're gonna let this slide?" And she had witnessed everything that was said and everything that happened, and she literally turned her whole body and her head the other way, and she was like, "What? I didn't see it." I was like, "Dang, respect."
Dang.
By the way, another thing about excelling in education, bro, Miss Spady, I feel like she was just bored and decided to teach all the 6th grade kids too much. So then we moved to North Carolina. It was like a bonus. It's a bonus that still applies to this day in math. Shout out to her. She's the GOAT. But
All right. Next school.
It's just the state of Virginia that's the GOAT.
boy, yeah, that too.
Virginia's. Anyway.
Next
No
school,
hate to
we
North
gotta wrap
Carolina
this
though.
up.
Valuable experiences
Next
here.
school, Cumberland Polytechnic for me.
Yep, Cumberland Polytech.
Pine Forest Middle for me, 7th grade.
Yikes, we're not talking about that school.
All
Sorry.
right,
You
bet.
didn't go to Pine Forest?
No, I didn't. Thank goodness.
What did you do? We weren't in
I
high
was in
school at the
ninth.
same
I was in
time.
9th grade when we moved here.
We were in high school at the same time. I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
Yeah, because I remember you were like a senior, and so it was weird that you were
was,
there.
in fact, a senior.
Go ahead, Isaiah. Tell
Oh.
us all about Cumberland Polytech.
They didn't accept seniors. They accepted me.
Hallelujah.
The provision of God
You know?
and mom's amazing advocation.
This is 2018 we're looking at.
Yes,
It is currently 2023.
indeed.
In fall, I will be a senior now
Wow, you
at
are
the same
old.
school, Cumberland Polytechnic.
Don't care. Been there.
But yeah,
I'm just giving them the timeline.
My fault. I just hit the mic.
Go ahead, Isaiah. Tell us all about it.
About what?
Is that it? That's all you're gonna say about Cumberland Polytech?
When we came to North Carolina, I was pressed. I didn't want to come. I had been at Grafton High School for 10th and 11th grade, so I was excited to graduate with all my friends. And we moved, and then I graduated alone.
Dang. All right, Cumberland Polytech. There's so much to say, but I
Hey.
only have a little bit of time, so I'm gonna talk fast. No, I'm not. I'm gonna talk regular speed. But Polytech was an early college.
Polytech.
Polytech was an early
Cumberland
college.
Polytechnic. Yes.
So,
This is a long blitz, y'all. I'm sorry.
yeah, super long blitz.
But I'm not breaking it up in two halves. Nope.
We could.
Nope.
Okay, so Polytech was an early college. So basically it was like connected to a community college, so they let us take college classes from freshman year. So in my freshman year, I was taking world history as a college class.
Hey.
I think it was U.S. History like 101 or whatever, or World History 101. But anyway, very, very cool experience. And surprisingly, like community college classes weren't that much more difficult than high school classes. So you ended up coming out of school with like insane GPAs just because like you could take
Yeah, it gives you a weight.
like regular like classes that were weighted higher without the difficulty of like I'm at NC State now, so without the difficulty of like NC State college classes. But great experience learning all kinds of stuff. I wasn't like super popular in high school, not gonna lie. So the whole social aspect of it, don't have a lot to talk about. But
Israel got posted on the school Twitter for solving a Rubik's Cube really fast, and the principal caught him doing it.
Oh yeah, that did happen. But yeah, not important. School
Extremely popular.
School was cool.
I try my best to keep the ladies off him. It doesn't work.
Bro. Please help me.
Impossible.
Yeah, so some strange audio just played. Y'all didn't hear it, so that's cool. Anyway, but yeah. So you're fighting off the ladies.
No. Yeah. So yeah, I finished high school. Now I'm in college. Doesn't really matter. And it was a really good experience. If you live in a place that has early colleges and you have a student or a child and they're in like middle school or whatever, look into it because it's great opportunity. If you are a child and you're not in high school yet, look into it because it's dope.
Yeah, don't be scared if you're going, to a regular school and then you're about to go to a magnet school that gives you more opportunities or an early college, especially if, like me, you're going from a middle school to a high school. Don't be like, no, but I don't want to leave my friends. I left the whole school. Suddenly, I only missed like 2 of the people from there. So, yeah, pursue your education. Put that first.
Oh yeah, side note, I got an associate's degree out of high school.
Hey!
I got it like a week before I actually graduated out of high school. So yeah, pretty dope.
Basically, he's better than you. No, I'm playing.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay.
I mean, as a student, Israel probably is. If we're talking about me here, like we could have other conversations, but Israel is what the teenagers are calling an academic weapon these days.
I was quite studious.
It's a true statement.
Yeah. It costs if you're trying to get good grades in school, there are sacrifices you have to make. And
blood sacrifices.
Not
Kill
blood.
your dog. Kill your dog. No, I'm just playing.
I have skipped
I'm
out.
tweaking, y'all. All right,
I have
go
skipped
ahead.
out on fellowships and things
Yeah.
to study for tests and stuff. It's not always like the most fun, but it's worth it if you're trying to go to college. If you're not trying to go to college, don't even worry about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about 7th, 8th, and 8th grade super quick. I went to this school. It was the most non-Christian school I've ever been to. Many fights. many scandalous activities in bathrooms.
That's super crazy.
A lot of people doing drugs, drug busts. That's that North Carolina. Hallelujah. All right.
Hallelujah.
I mean, okay, yeah, and
Yes, because they're busting the drugs. The drug dealers.
Oh, well, I guess.
yeah, I guess
Hallelujah.
it was really okay. Real quick, it was so sad. So I'm in an 8th grade STEM class. There's a kid in that class. I will not drop his name because it might come up if you look him up. But he was holding somebody's weed in an AirPod case, so it must have been a very small quantity. For one day, he had a friend that sold weed. He had it in his locker because that friend was not at school. They did a surprise drug bust. I don't think it was a setup. And this kid got expelled from the school and put in juvenile detention. He was a very good and honest kid. The one time anybody in school ever tried to bully me, he was like giving the dude a side eye. And so even though it was handled interestingly, he was ready to have my back. I could see it. But anyway, the STEM teacher is in tears, like, no, don't take him away. They literally just, he had it for 1 second. But nah, they took him away. He went to juvenile detention. So y'all, I don't know what the life
Don't
lesson
help
is
your
there.
friends.
Yeah, leave
do
them.
wrong things.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Do not assist your friends in doing wrong things if those things are wrong. Be like, hey man, I'm not holding this weed for you, so maybe I might not sell you out, but throw it in the trash right now.
Say it
I
disrespectfully.
thought you were going to tell that story.
man.
Wasn't there like some kid that had like a kilo of cocaine in his backpack?
Oh, that was in the 7th grade. There's this redheaded kid. I guess is what his parents are involved in. He had a brick of cocaine in his locker. Everybody was like, "What in the world?"
Fun.
I never saw him again either.
Yeah.
I guess he went to juvenile detention, or maybe he got put in a better home. Hopefully. Anyway,
all right. We
that
were
was it
like-
for 7th and
Or
8th.
maybe he's on cocaine.
No. Let's
Now
hope not.
Elijah's in high school, and he was the prom. He was the prom prince. It's
Yeah.
very different social life. Was
That don't mute us.
it doesn't? You wish it did.
You can't be the prom prince.
It comes with connotations,
Nah, don't worry. He wasn't that type of prom prince.
and it's a very small school. So
Right.
I
He
was up against
a girl, and
Yeah, I was. Oh, can we talk about that?
nope.
Nope.
No.
So thank you
yeah.
guys so much.
You're stupid.
I'm serious.
Anyway, last school,
For
college,
listening.
it sucks.
College,
All right.
yes, don't do it.
No,
Unless
but-
you want to.
Yes,
Now,
be the best student that you can. Be better than I was.
Now,
it's God's grace that
we
yeah.
appreciate you guys for listening. I'm trying to wrap this up because we are an hour into this blitz.
Oh my God.
So we ain't blitz nothing. This is
This
more
is
like
not a
that.
blitz.
Yep.
This
Do you
is a
know
bonus
the
episode.
term blitz originated from Hitler? Fun fact: Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay.
German warfare. So anyway,
Clearly, we've all had enough. I think.
thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions or any insight to something that you have experienced in your education, let us know. Something that's different, something that you disagree with us on. We'd love to hear about it.
Talk about it in the comments. Talk about it in emails. Talk about it in.
DMs, whatever way you want to contact us. And yeah.
Especially y'all's thoughts on homeschool, by the way. I'm very curious on what y'all think.
Yeah. And if you're hearing this part right now and you're like, "Oh, it's over," I love you. You're just different, man.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, we're done.
Peace.